We're going to make a recipe that I've seen called Pickled Unripe Blackberries. So I'm probably going to go for ones that are like that, where they're red but they're not fully ripe. Okay, so we've got a bag of unripe blackberries. There weren't so many of these around, and a lot of the ones that were unripe were very small, so not worth picking. So I've had to try to pick judiciously so that I got the ones that were at least going a little bit plump. Now there's a little bit of preparation required here because they tend to pick along with their stalks, and so I've got to take those stalks off before we can actually do anything else with these unripe blackberries. Now I should say right at the outset of this video that we're making pickles here which will have to mature for several months, so you're not going to see them tasted and opened in their final state in this video. That's going to have to wait until near Christmas, I'm afraid. So if that's okay with you, then carry on watching, but if you're of the kind that requires instant gratification, perhaps this is not the video for you. Now I did, while I was out today, managed to get myself scratched and stung with nettles on my legs and everything else, but I often feel like if I go out blackberry picking and that doesn't happen, that I've kind of been going at it a bit half-heartedly. So I think in a way the stings and the scratches are just part of the experience. Okay, so my unripe blackberries are just going to get a quick rinse. Okay, so now we're going to brine these unripe blackberries, and we're going to do that by weighing them into a clean jar. Okay, we've got 218 grams of blackberries, and I'm going to now add 1/10 of that weight in salt. So that's 22 grams of salt. So we'll zero the scale. And we're just going to go over the top with 22 grams of salt. There we go. Okay, we'll give that a little shimmy just to help the salt go down amongst the berries. And then I think I've just about got enough space for the lid to go on. So then I'm just going to put that lid on and put that in the fridge for 10 days. I might give it a little shake every now and again just to redistribute the salt, but that's got to go in the fridge now for 10 days. Okay, so slight change of plan for these pickled unripe blackberries. They are, as you can see, producing a brine in there of their own. However, I feel like all of those berries should be exposed to all of that brine. So I think putting them in a jar like this is not the right thing to do. So I'm going to transfer them today into a plastic bag, which I'll keep in one of these takeaway containers here to stop it leaking all over the fridge. So I'm just going to tip that into there, like that, just so we don't lose any of this salt that we've added. Just scrape that out of there as well with a silicone spatula. Now what I'm able to do is gather that up and kind of bunch it a little bit so that more of the berries are exposed to more of the brine. I am going to tie that up. Actually, I think I'll just clip it. So I'm just going to clip that so it doesn't go everywhere. And I'm going to put that in the fridge like that, and I think that will work better. And what I can do is every day and just give it a turn like that to expose the berries properly to the brine. Okay, so that's going to go in the fridge for another 9 days. And I've also got these lovely plump ripe blackberries. These are really fantastic, really lovely plump blackberries. I'm going to try pickling these as well, and I've got a rather unconventional recipe because it doesn't require cooking at all. So I'm going to give these a soak in some cold water for half an hour, and that will just encourage any little bugs and beasts to depart from the fruit before we actually pickle it. So while we're here, let's just have a look and see what's happening with the pickled ripe blackberries. They've only been in the vinegar for 24 hours or so now. But I'm just going to push them down now. I can see the vinegar has been coloured by the blackberry juice. That's good. That means that they are exchanging fluids with the pickling syrup. So I'm just going to make sure that they're all properly immersed, and then we're going to leave them. Now these might be ready to try in a couple of weeks, but we've certainly got to leave them in that pickling liquor for at least a couple of weeks before we even entertain the notion of trying them. So that's going to be all for this video now. I'm sorry this is not showing you the entire process of pickling blackberries, but I thought it was better to break this up into parts so that you can follow along as well as if you want to. If I filmed this as a whole video and then waited until the end to upload it, there'd be no chance for you to get out there and pick some blackberries and have a go at this yourself at the same time as I am. So that's why I'm publishing it in bits and pieces. So this is part one. There'll be part two, which will be looking at the pickle as it goes into the final jars, and then there'll be part three, which will be right at the tail end of this year, where we open these up and try them with some cheese and crackers. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.